This is Spill the Sauce podcast with
Sam Hastings with Sam Sauce.
Enradi from Fire.
Let's keep spilling that good stuff.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Spill the Sauce podcast with Sam. Oh, wait, who am I? Who are you? I am Enradi from Fire, and I'm here with my friend
Sam Hastings with Sam Sauce. Oh boy, we're starting off perfect.
Yeah, we're going in hot today. Sam, it was just before I started recording, Sam was asking, "What are we even talking about today?" And I don't know, what are we even talking about, Sam, today?
I was supposed to ask you that.
Oh, okay. Well, here's the stuff. Oh, dude, I just hosted my first dinner party at my place.
Dude, I okay, you just sent me some pictures. I saw some content from that. That is amazing. How's that feel?
It honestly, I was very nervous right before it happened because it was my first time doing it, and I was afraid that my food was not going to be great, that something was going to go wrong and whatever. I had several options. I had like meat options and like vegan options, because I made tacos for everybody. But once I got the ball rolling, like people got comfortable, they started going through my collection of hot sauce and like tasting it and stuff, and they had a good time like teasing each other, like, hey, I bet you can do this one. They had the one drop, they had the bomb too.
Oh boy,
they were like lit up, honestly. And then I had a couple of board games out, and they sat down and like played board games while I was making the tacos. Then everybody ate. Everybody had drinks and stuff, and then everybody just like played around a little bit more, and then they left. And it was awesome. It was about 15 people. It was so cool.
Dude, that's you basically did you catered and entertained a fairly large group of individuals. That's awesome. That is something really, really cool, and it went well. I envy that, dude. It sounds like that's a blast, dude. You're flexing that chef game, dude. You're putting that kitchen to use outside of just making some sauce too, which is awesome because you have a hell of a setup.
Yeah. But I was this is my first time. I felt like the the back house of a kitchen, kind of just like I was serving food for 15 people who all wanted to eat at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to have like everything ready, meat hot, the vegetables had to be hot, and like the produce had to be like freshly cut. The tortillas had to be just perfect, not undercooked but not burnt. Ooh, it was such a rush. I was doing 2 tortillas at a time, and I was flipping tortillas by hand, just boom, 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 and getting them done in 30 or 45 seconds every 2 tortillas, and just like next plate, next plate, next plate, next plate, next plate. And everybody was just like looking at me, and I'm like, holy shit, I know you're hungry. Just like, give me 1 second.
And then you just did this just yourself.
Yeah, I winged it by myself, dude. I went in, I prepped everything myself. For the meat, for example, I made a really easy marinade of a little bit of olive oil, my own seasoning that I started to develop through fire, a little bit of black pepper, a little bit of garlic powder, and that was it. And then I let it sit for a little bit, and then I threw it in the pan, and just like that, and like let it just like roast a little bit. Not like overcooked. I had it like high heat because I wanted the outer layer to be like real toasty. And then for the mushrooms, I like doing just mushrooms with parsley, olive oil, and garlic powder, and just saute them like that, and that's delicious. And then I also cut some bell peppers in there. It was so fun. It was cool having like a menu. I had to develop a menu because when they contacted me, they were like, hey, some of us are vegan, some of us are gluten-free, so we need options. And I was like, oh, okay.
Everybody's getting hot dogs.
Well, no. I immediately thought, okay, like if we do tacos, like I can do corn tortillas for those that are gluten-free, and then I'll go with like my mushroom and pepper blend that I like to my saute that I like to do for the vegan ones, and it worked out. It was awesome. I'm looking forward to doing it again.
Is this something that, I mean, you networked with these individuals, their friends, family, just people that you reached out to locally? Because yeah, that sounds like something that you could get pretty, I don't know, outsider looking in, monthly fun activities like that. I think would be something that anyone would be like, yes, sign me up for the next one.
Yeah, I would love to host it like every, like once a week, maybe even more. Honestly, if I can make the switch to like, if this becomes a thing and I can host like 15 people, like 2 times a week, maybe I would stop doing as many farmers markets, because my farmers markets, like, although they are okay and like make me some money, I feel like doing too many of them, like I have been doing, it's just kind of like saturated. So I would love to to like find out, like figure out a way of like transitioning my revenue stream. Instead of relying so much on like farmers markets, I could do something more like hosting parties in the kitchen and stuff, and like, have them more and more often. Because while people are there, they also have the option of buying hot sauce too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so the whole deal that I'm doing is like, I will serve as much food as I can in the time that they're there. I'm not limiting people to their tacos. Like if I'm gonna stick to tacos, for example, they could have had like 5 or 6 or 7 each. It didn't matter. Like, like I bought so much food, and and I calculated that if every person had like 4 or 5 tacos, we were gonna be okay. Um, and they ate a bunch, but we still had a ton of leftovers too.
Hey,
So,
may I ask, what did you have for dinner tonight?
oh, I'm still eating tacos.
No, that sounds badass, dude. I mean, okay, so then you're saying you feel like you're getting a little saturated in Philadelphia, which is a huge community. I mean, imagine how I feel like in my little hometown, which it's, unless there's something really cool going on, I'm not doing any in my hometown. It's done saturated. It's yeah, it's a little, yeah, I feel yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't say like overly saturated in Philly because it's such a big city, but like the neighborhoods that I am in,
Yeah.
those I've already like done my mark. And
Or there's local places that people can go to that's maybe a little more um I don't know, a little easier than attending like, like a farmer's market for their restock. I'm sure you're getting some, some markets or some retail opportunities locally.
yeah, and I just signed a contract actually, today. Was it today? I don't even know. I signed a contract with a distributor, like a major distributor here in Pennsylvania, little town outside of Philly called Westchester.
Mhm.
They are going to start distributing to all of the supermarkets they have contracts with for me, in the tri-state area. So they're gonna hit Delaware, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania.
Dude, that's huge, man. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Congrats to that, dude.
And in the contract, they're like, hey, you have to sign this like non-compete that like you're not gonna sell directly to the supermarkets. You have to sell through us. And I'm like, shit, I'm not even mad about that. You're just taking this huge pile of work off my shoulders. Now all I have to do is keep them stocked, and then they're gonna do the shipping for me. So like I don't have to contact anyone directly. They're just gonna put me in shelves everywhere they can.
That's pretty convenient, I feel like, because for us that's making it, trying to do everything, that's the part that's gets a little greasy. It's like you need a special sort of skills to be able to pursue that stuff relentlessly and to go through the logistics, the work of it. It's not fun. It's not the most exciting part of the gig.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that like with this, I I no longer have to think of the logistics of stuff and and deliveries and everything, and just like having to like try to do so much outreach. I'm taking just this weight off my shoulders so I can do more stuff.
Dude, yeah, dude, because I know like markets. I mean, markets, the local ones are fun, like the farmers ones. I know in my hometown, it's hit its peak. It's there's enough places where people can buy it where they don't have to go to the farmers market. But the Rochester one's booming. Like that's always still really fun because I'm constantly being involved with people all over like the world, essentially, that come to the Mayo Clinic in Rochester. But yeah, dude, it's doing some more distribution like that, I think, has to be the evolution to what we're doing, I imagine.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that's the next step, because like it would be just much better to be able to just do wholesale, honestly, because it is less involved. And although we do enjoy markets, because I love doing markets and I love being in person with, like with people and like doing tastings and stuff and like everything and talking about the sauce and whatnot, I feel like it gets to a point that those little markets are almost like not even worth it. Like if we have enough wholesale, I would prefer to just like keep doing wholesale, cooking like every day in the kitchen and making sauce and then just sending sauce out, and then having like just going to like certain shows like the Illinois show or like going to New Mexico and stuff and doing those and saving my energy for that rather than just like always being in a little market every weekend, because it would also like free me some of my time. Like I'm working 7 days a week. What's the point,
And you got two two young children, one newborn. I mean, that's like a lot of work, big dog. So I imagine a little more home life would be awesome. Not saying that farmers markets aren't fun, the interactions aren't great. They are, but I completely understand the setup, the tear down. Usually they're at a peak point of the day where if you would do it, even if it's like a 3-4 hour market, it's probably like an hour setup, tear down. It's a good portion of the day that's gone. So if it's a bust, it's truly sometimes not worth the time. Sometimes it's a little lonely out there. Sometimes it's great, but
Yeah.
as like the owner operators, time is spent probably better in other locations, other things. But yeah, man, other than that, dude, I feel like the conversation right now is nice, calm. This morning's coffee talk, that was
we were
that was a
on
new
fire.
beat.
I'm really hoping that people are not mistaking our passion about being makers and me just trying to establish the difference between being a maker and being a salesperson as some kind of like attack. Like we're not attacking anyone. Again, we have a lot of respect for everyone in the game. I just personally would like everybody to understand what their titles are, given what they do and how they do things. And I somehow even wish that award competitions and stuff even separate the categories from actual handmade small batch by the chef themselves and then the co-packed stuff, because like what the fuck. Just let's be honest.
Yeah, that would be interesting, but then curious how many other people would try to sneak in that. I don't know, because it's definitely something that we do that sets us apart, and we would hope to not only like capitalize on that truth, but hopefully have outsiders looking in, seeing how truly unique and special that product is. But so many other people can just step in and false claim, more or less. Yeah, that part's a little upsetting, It's just it's false claims. It's not just being honest with your product, which there's got to be like some rules against that, right? Like slap on the wrists or something.
Yeah, but I don't think anything's being done about that. Like no one actually just pays attention to
It's marketing ploy, which we don't really play that game. I don't think like the verbiage and everything on bottles that people use, it's great. Marketing stuff's fantastic. I just kind of do what I think looks cool. So I'm sure from like a marketing standpoint, someone just be like, buddy, you need help. I'd be like, yeah, but I like it. Yeah,
your stuff's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's wild, dude. So what else you got going on the rest of the weekend, big dog?
Rest of the I do have that little market tomorrow, and then like I'm taking Sunday off to go hang out with a friend of mine and the kids and stuff. And I by Monday, I have to make actually those 25 gallons of sauce for the Colombians. Yeah. And then I also have to make deliveries that day for that distributor that I signed the contract with, because they want me to stock like they immediately order 5 cases of everything. So I have to go drop that off on Monday too. And yeah.
Any update about getting a new whip? If people are now listening, my boy Ronnie needs a new vehicle. He had
hey, people, please buy hot sauce because I need to buy a new van. to be able to transport to markets and to bring you the hot sauce. But yeah, no, I haven't like figured out like a new car. I'm just trying to get the right car, so I don't want to like buy in a rush. Although
That
I'm going to need it for summer. Like when summer comes and like Monica needs to go places with the kids and like I gotta go to the market, like we're gonna need 2 cars. And right now I'm using
buddy, that's in like for you and the weather that you've been having, that's like next month, bro.
Oh yeah, I know. Like mid-April, the weather here is gonna be like in the 70s and maybe higher. So I'm gonna need to like figure something out, brother.
Dude, you suck. It was like 39 today and sunny, and I felt like I was walking on sunshine. I'm just like fucking happier than shit.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was like in the 60s here today.
God damn it. I'm maybe not good with geography, but I just feel like Philadelphia should have just as shitty winters as Minnesota. That goes without saying.
All right, so we had the high of 60 today, and it's 48 right now.
Dude. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I approve.
Yo, so with the weather changing now, like, is it warm enough in Minnesota for you to like start you putting your plants outside?
God no. I basically what I have always learned, at least in like my growing region, southern Minnesota, is for super hot peppers. If you want to play it risky, like the last week in May. Otherwise, people are just like the 1st of June. And I've done it before where I've always like put stuff out like a little bit in May, but actually like put them in the ground until the soil is warm enough. I feel like ones that I've put in 1st of June were always better than the ones in May. And when you think about it, that sucks. I got June, July, August, September. If I'm lucky, all of September. I got like 4 months. Not ideal, but I make do. I mean, I definitely put out some awesome plants and some solid yields, but yeah, dude, it's a different game here.
What are you growing this year?
Oh, dude, I had 2 tents with upwards of 72 plants growing right now, like 72 4-inch pots, and they are crushing it. A ton of Primo Tallies. Along that, some golden Primo Tallies, some chocolate Primo Tallies, and then outside of the Primo Tally range, chocolate Butla, a butt ton of them, big mustard mamas, big black mamas, all owed to Troy Primo, some Reapers and some Apocalypse Scorpions just to sell like at markets. Just to like, get rid of the plants more or less. But, those are the ones that people want. And it's like, all right, cool. I am doing other ones for myself personally. And then it sounds crazy. Like that's a lot. And then probably in the next couple weeks, I'm going to start another wave of 50 and do like some aji limons, some chiripitas, some oh God, Sugar Rush Stripies, Biquinos, a little yellow and red Biquinos, and maybe that's it. I don't know, dude. I'm going deep.
That's a long list, dude.
I remember I posted some videos of all the plants, and a couple people are just like, "Is that going to be enough peppers for you for the season?" Like one of my buddies, and I was like, you do understand those plants are like going to magnify greatly. Like they're just like, you're just going to grow the peppers like that in your tent. I'm like, no, these things are going to be the size of trees individually. And they're like, oh, okay. I'm like, yeah, it's going to be a lot. But if I really try to boost up production, I will easily use all that. And I will probably always think I should have grew more. But that's the hard thing, man.
Yeah, but Jesus, it's still so much for you to like even like process and like all that. Like gardening is so time consuming, and then like once you have the product, you can't just let it go to waste. You can let it rot because like peppers are like they rot so fast.
Yeah.
They will as soon as they're off the plant, you have like 3 to 4 days to work with it, and maybe even less for like to be at its peak. Because otherwise, it's going to start to like rot immediately. You have to process all of that, and you ferment some of it too, right?
Yeah, so that stuff you need to be strategic about it. The only reason why I grow so many plants of a variety that I utilize is because I just can't get a batch going with, 12 ounces of peppers. It's like, no, this needs to be like at least like 5 pounds to do my recipes. Otherwise it ain't working. So to make sure I can achieve at least that much roughly each harvest, that's the hard part. Yeah, like it's not like you're ordering a shipment and they're all coming in at once perfect stage. Like you're doing it all yourself, and you don't want these things to go to waste. So it's just like, when you pick it off the plant, when can you get a full flush all at once? Because you don't just want to be in there and cherry pick like I used to. Always pick the ones that are almost like fully ripe. So then the energy of the plant's just going to go directly into the other pots to ripen. So I would always, like, as soon as some are almost ripe, and I just take them off immediately, because then it's just going on to the other one. So essentially you'd produce more long term, but then it would always be like every day I'd have a couple handfuls rather than as much as I would need. If I'm just freezing for like other use or whatever, then I guess who the hell cares? But yeah, like fermenting ones, it's like gotta be fresh, and yeah, you just need to make sure you get that yield, otherwise it ain't working.
Hmm.
Yeah, dude, that's gonna be wild, man. I know. Are you have some plants growing, or you do plan on goofing off a little bit yourself, growing some stuff?
I might actually grow some stuff because I did buy some seeds from Ed Curry, and they got delivered a couple of days ago, and I'm trying to like play with it and just grow some stuff, but I don't want to grow for production. I don't want to like rely on it for
Yeah,
my production.
exactly.
I do have right now 3 farms growing stuff for me, like just for me. Um,
That's so awesome. That's
yeah.
clutch, dude.
One of them has 200 Reaper plants because I want to make a bunch for La Muerte and La Muerte 2.0. I want to bring that to like as an official product. I want to make 2.0 available to the people. Because so little people got to try it. I think I only made like
The
29
heat
bottles.
source said it lit them off, which is pretty awesome.
They said it was hotter than the one drop.
Yeah, and it's like I can't. I guess I even like your standard La Muerte, like that's hot.
Yeah, but like
But it's
my La Muerte
palatable,
and
and
your Repality are like neck to neck. They're about as hot.
I guess, yeah, it's odd. It's just how, I don't know, because even like with one drop, I feel like it's hot, it's super flavorful and usable, but
Oh,
I
dude,
just don't ever think of it as like a crazy hot sauce. Maybe, I don't
I
know.
had the one drop tonight and it fucked me up.
Did you have the spicier secret or the boxcar hippie yet?
No, I haven't tried them.
Have you found them? You do have them.
Yeah, I know where they
Okay.
are. It's the Pickle
I thought
Boys
the
have
pickle
it.
boys might have
They
stolen
have it. They have it. I requested them, but they are in New Jersey right now at a
them.
convention.
They do have it, them sons of bitches.
Yeah. So I've been like, yo, please bring me the fucking hot sauce. They said they're gonna bring it to me. That's like one of these days. I'm
Good,
dying to try the
good.
Boxcar Hippie. Like, I'm so excited for that sauce because I
I'm
didn't get to
so
try it in New Mexico, dude. What the hell? Like, I didn't try it while we were in New Mexico.
The only time it was open it was at Chef's place, when we were doing the food, and you guys kind of rolled in much later when the
Oh yeah,
food
we
was
did.
slowing down, and then I had to hold restraint and save some for you, man. But there's so much really good stuff. I just wanted to keep crushing it.
Mm.
And then Mark's like, "Well, the Stankies, they said they're gonna be here in 20 minutes," and I'm like, "Didn't you tell everybody to be here at 6?" And it's like 7:30. We're like, "I'm eating." We're crushing it.
Yeah, well,
It
like,
was so good.
yeah, if you got there early, just eat. Like, I
Oh, but
wish
yeah,
I
we
could
didn't
have
want
gotten
to
there like
clean
earlier.
house.
We just had like so many troubles in the on the road and the whole like thing with the car and like the van and then like getting the what you call it, the U-Haul rented, and then like it was a slow drive, you know. So
Dude,
it took
that's
us a
how
while.
rough. But yeah, dude, yeah, try those sauces. I'm tempted on making some releases with those, but I just consider right now it's just kind of test batch, just kind of popping off. I'm definitely seeing or interested in seeing what people have to say. What I hear locally and personally is shit's good. But I like to know what other people think.
Yeah, I'll give it a try like as soon as possible.
No worries, big dog. But yeah, you got a little market. Otherwise, we had a crazy coffee talk this morning. Tons of energy. It was probably it just zapped us, bro.
Yeah,
It
what
was,
did
it
we even
was
talk about this morning? Like we went into a lot. What did we talk about?
dude. Wally's face. How you were drinking fucking Dunkin'.
Hey, hey, no. It was one of them days. It's one of them days. We want to break some this shit. What the fuck? I don't know the
Sorry,
lyrics.
guys. Roddy, nothing against Duncan, but Roddy's, I swear he got like Wawa tattooed on his chest. Like it's
I
there.
have, yeah, I have Wawa. I have like a Wawa stamp on my butt cheeks. I love that place, man. Their coffee is great too.
God, dude.
But this morning was just like one of those mornings where like I didn't have time for like anything, so I had to just get the closest and fastest thing right before coffee talk because I was like, well, I need to do coffee talk, so I got some Dunkin'.
Dude, it's been a couple weeks and I know I didn't forget. I like woke up and I was just hanging around thinking just like I have to do something today. Like, what is it? And then I get a text from Roddy, you're just like coffee talk, and I'm like, oh my god, it's been so long. It
Yeah,
felt so good.
yeah, it was great to be back. Oh, dude, by the way, the other day I did a whole shot of La Muerte.
I
And
saw that. That was
yeah,
brutal.
it was so ah I did it because like of the guy Anthony, the King of Hot Sauce on Instagram, whatever his name is. Um, he drank an entire bottle of La Muerte hot sauce, La My hot sauce, and yo, I don't know how that guy does it. I don't know how like I know he had a bad time after. He was telling me about the cramps that he was getting, like the capsaicin cramps. Um, they were
Ooh.
coming in waves and just like shattering him each time. Um, so I was like, you know what, like doing a shot of it, like, but that was like a solid like ounce and a half maybe that I did all at once, and I felt the cramps. I took it all as one shot, and the moment it went down, I regretted it immediately. I was like, "Oh no, this is a bad idea." My
Dude,
stomach
I'm
was
just
burning.
I'm just trying to consider well like drinking just a shot of one drop, let alone like
Oh my
chugging
god,
the whole thing. Like I would be so unhappy. And it's not meant for that. I mean, it'd be so flavorful, but
dude! I would love to
dude,
watch your reaction to doing a
oh,
shot of the one drop.
oh God. I'm just
Like,
hearing you.
ugh.
It's one of those things like when
It's
put
one of
on
them
food
days.
and small quantities. Oh, oh, the Limp Biscuit.
Yeah,
Like it's great. It's hot. It's super flavorful, but just like in the conception of it, like the actual producing, testing. Like I know you have to do this. You're not just sitting there like licking like the end of a spoon. It's like no, you're tasting the sauce
yeah.
because you have to taste a fuck ton of it a lot. And those are rough. I had a big old plate of like a spoon, and then just straight up, and then just crackers to eat afterwards, like Thai iced tea or coconut water or something like sweet, just because you had to clean your palate. And then 15 minutes later, you're like, oh, I'm gonna adjust it, and I have to try this fucking thing again. It was great, but we're not built for that hot shit, like in that much consumption.
Do you have any kind of like traditions or like little like almost like ritualistic things that you do when you're cooking your hot sauce?
Dude, it's wild, wild west. I just always try to do it as most efficiently and kind of as quickly as possible. I never cut corners with my process, but it's always about like, while this is cooking, I can run some loads in the dishwasher, clean, and then get bottles set up, and then make sure the sauce is still pasteurizing, cooking. But I'm always got earbuds in my ears, which I'm opposed to working in restaurants. I do not like the idea of that because people could sneak up on people and it's dangerous in a degree, but it's just a kitchen that I don't feel comfortable bringing in like a speaker, and I need music, so I'm always listening to stuff, and that's the main thing. Get there, get podcasts, get music set up, and just run to the fucking finish line and catch me if you can. It's a blast, but sometimes I do really forget about the fun in it too, man. I envy your setup. What's kind of your traditions? Anything fun?
Well, honestly, I I'm usually such a hyperactive person, and like I'm always like just bouncing from wall to wall, like a super highly caffeinated. So before cooking, I actually we'll have some J, and then I will just be like super zen and like just be like, okay, head into the game and I'm gonna do this. And like I I don't know all of my recipes by memory. So I sorry. So I still have all my recipes like written down. So I'll relook at all my recipes and like
Mm.
follow everything, down to the way that I did it the first time or whatever, and all the modifications and whatnot. So I'll do that, and then so one of the things that I like doing is when I'm bottling all of the sauce. Usually, the very last bottle is never a full bottle.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
It has just like
Or
either
you
like
try to top off other ones, but then
yeah.
sometimes you're like, shit, this is like, yeah, I get it.
So what I do with that very last bottle, regardless of the sauce, is I drink it. I take a shot, like a big shot of it. If
Like
it's
like whatever is left.
not whatever is left. So if it's like one of the hotter ones, like from What the Fuego and up, I'll just do like a sip. But if it's like one of the milder ones, I'll pretty much like drink it. If it's Salsa Verde, I'll drink half a bottle of it. It's fine. Um, but that's like the moment that I see that the last bottle is just like there and it's just like a little bit, I have this inclination to drink it like if it was like a beer or something. I click it on the bottle on the table. Yeah, while hot. I'll click it on the table and do a whole sip of it. It tastes like soup, man. Like it's like 180 degrees of liquid.
Dude, please
Like,
remind me or stay on me about that because I would like to try that. I need to find more joy in doing it because when I'm doing it by myself, I do just treat it as a sprint. It's not like a day in a kitchen. It's not where you're working for someone else. You're working for yourself. You're trying to run to the finish line. And I'm getting there. It's not being sloppy. It's just like I really got to enjoy the destination a little more, like the process. Slow down just a little bit. I don't need to bang out this all by myself in the shortest amount of time. Just enjoy it, man, because that's why I do it. I do love it. If I wasn't involved, I'd feel like a part missing. I would just be that like executive chef just overlooking production the whole time if I couldn't do it myself. And if I couldn't do that, then that would really suck. That'd take away a lot of heart for me.
yeah. Um, honestly, with the whole like tasting for my sauce at the end, I feel like it's a dumb thing for me to do because when I'm cooking, and I don't know if you do this, I never taste my sauce until I'm done completely with it.
That I love you, Roddy, but yeah, that is dumb.
Like
I
so
mean,
far,
okay,
I
wait
haven't
till
I
all
haven't
the
had any like
ingredients.
mishaps.
Well, yeah, I mean, as in like, and until all the ingredients are in and you're starting to cook. With any other form of cooking, I taste every step of the way. But with sauce, yes, that's not dumb. Sorry about that. If you have all the ingredients in the batch and it's already like starting to cook or do your thing, yeah, that's like the optimal time to, at least get a little taste because everything's in it. Yeah. Yep. You'd have no reason to beforehand because you're not going to be just like, ooh, are just the peppers and the onions are right? Oh, yeah. Those are bland as shit. I forgot the salt. It's like just wait till everything's in there and then do. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's nothing stupid about that at all. With any other form of
like everything's
cooking.
already into the pot.
Yeah. If any other form of cooking, I'm always tasting every step of the way. But for this, it's a sauce. You're not making a soup. You're not making anything else. Like, so you got to think of it as a condiment as its whole with the integrity of every item because that's what makes it unique. And if not everyone's in there, it'd be completely pointless. So you're doing good, buddy. Cooking for 15 people, not inviting your boy.
Yeah, I'm gonna call myself Chef Fireman now.
Ooh,
Chef
fireman. That
Fireman.
sounds like
Yeah,
a dancer in the evening, Roddy.
the fireman. Oh,
Is,
dude, I want to like start using that more. Like, if people can start calling me fireman now, I'm gonna please just like enjoy that very much.
into it, man. But dude, I hope if everybody says like, what do we wish for? Whether it's success, riches, fame, doing what we're doing.
Resting days.
What I wish for most is when my buddy crossed the nations doing something cool like that, just be able to get in a plane, go join it, have fun. and then cruise back, like, and not let it be like the most unfathomable thing. That would be so fucking cool if I could just accomplish that. Like, hey, I'm gonna go, bust Roddy's taco dinner tonight.
Yeah.
that
Like,
would be
yeah,
so cool.
come be the chef. Like tonight, or the tacos are made by Sam's house himself.
They'll look at the menu and be like, I can't even read this guy's name. Who the fuck is this? Sam Houses? Samsao?
Yeah, like what is this? Is he like a builder or something? Like, why is he making dinner?
Oh, dude. But yeah, I would that's what I'm hoping for. I hope something will happen we will have that sort of freedom or confidence to be able to just afford little fuck off trips like that just for fun, man. Just live it up.
Yo, I would love to do something like that and just plan it. So when we do make a collab sauce, our limited one-time drop that we're going to do that we're like very excited about, we should also host a taco night at my place and just you can be the chef.
If like when we do this, it's got to be something where I have to be there. We will do it at your place. It's going to be well thought out. We'd have everything ready, whether we do test batches aside. So we'd have labels, everything good to go. So we can go there. We know what we're doing. We'll finish it, label it, boom, product in hand. Then host an awesome party like that. And we'd be like, what's going on today? It's like, this is the release of this brand new sauce. They'd be like, what do you mean? That doesn't sound that special. I'd be like, we just made it yesterday and the world hasn't even tasted it yet. Like, that would be so cool.
Yeah, that would be pretty awesome.
Just be like 15 like randoms around your town would be hilarious. Like, we're not inviting like VIPs. It's just a set number of dudes or women, whatever. And hey, this is awesome.
Yeah, like we could just like select a group of people, just come over and be like, hey, like you have been selected for this like secret meeting.
Like the
so
menu.
Yeah, like did you finally watch it?
Not yet.
You asshole. Dude, it's such a good
I want to
film.
watch it, but I feel like it's too suspenseful for Hannah. And so then I have to figure out a way or a time to watch it solo.
Not into, like, it's not, how do I even describe it? It's not
Anything
it's not
scary, suspenseful. Nope.
Okay, then maybe not. There's it's just such a good movie, man. The concept of the whole movie, it's amazing.
Get there.
Come on.
Oh, sorry. Hey, until next time.
Yeah, whatever. But yeah, so dude, let's roll with this one right here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Spill the Sauce Podcast, and you should follow us on Instagram at Spill the Sauce Podcast. And also if you will have any yap to us, you can yap it at spillthesaucepodcast@gmail.com. Sam, where can they find you?
Dude, samsauce.com or Samsa House at Instagram. Oh boy, I'm gonna get in trouble with that. Sam's House.
What just happened?
I know. I'm starting to like feed into how everyone pronounces the company, and it's funny. And I just feel like I do it to kind of like, I don't know, kind of meme them a little bit. But
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be funny.
Samsa House. Wait, how is it?
Samsa
House.
Oh, but no, it was fun, man. But yeah, it was just kind of a nice casual chat with us. I know this morning we were getting amped to the end. We'll see if next time we'll have the middle ground.
Yeah, I mean we're usually like pretty chill.
Oh, yeah.
It depends on how the day goes. One of them days.
Dude, for sure. Limp Bizkit, Fred Durst. It's just one of those days, like a chainsaw.
Yo, speaking of Limp Bizkit, how did you watch? Tell me if you, dude, at least watch the okay, Woodstock '99.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That was insane.
The Netflix documentary.
Yep,
dude, holy shit.
I just feel like I feel so bad for that generation that attended that, but also because that type of music only just intrigues dick holes.
The
and
guy had the right intentions, because he wanted to recreate 69. And 69 was so good. Honestly, I blame drugs because like weed was like all the way they probably had back in '69, but in like '99, their drugs were way crazier. They were not just
Or
smoking
it was
pot.
just anger, and it was just the type of music is just built to destroy.
Oh
And
hell
I
yeah,
just feel like with so many dickheads like that, it's
it
bound to
was
be a
like
disaster.
angsty metal, dude.
But then if you look at like rockin' or huge like death metal, black metal things, they're the most kind, respectful individuals ever. But then you just get a whole bunch of jocks and pricks in a situation where they're beating their head listening to Limp Bizkit in the 90s. Dude, that was a bunch of anger. And Corn
Yeah, I
with
was
the
gonna say the
gay.
corn set. Whoo, that was crazy, dude.
Yeah, I don't want to be involved in that crazy, bro. I'd rather yeah, nope, not
Yo,
interested.
the things that happened in that festival were insane. Holy moly. Anyway, we're getting on a topic here, ladies and gentlemen. We were just more film recommendations with Sam and Radi. But yeah,
Dude, that was nice.
yeah, you're nice. I like your face, baby.
Yeah, dude, the beard is looking fucking huge.
You should do the whole like, why don't you braid it? Do the like Viking braid and just like put beads on it.
Oh, it's not that big. It's like
What?
to actually do that, like maybe, yeah, I don't know. It's very
Yo,
thick.
go to like a Dominican hair salon, and those women will braid like your mustache, bro. They work with no hair and they make it work.
Dude, I will only feel comfortable going that with you, so they just don't think I'm just some fucking weird white boy that has like a weird fetish with.
I
It's
knew
like,
you were gonna go there.
well, you know what I mean? It's like I want them to just understand completely what I'm going for. Not like
You
I'm there for
see, senora, please braido my barba.
oh,
Uh-huh.
and I'll just talk about espadas, and they'll be like, "You worked in restaurants, didn't you?" They'll be like, we're not Mexican, right? And I'll be like, "Oh, well, I don't know what."
You eat
Roddy's
spicy foods and speak funny languages.
all right. We'll shut it now. It's getting crazy.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I am Radi. You can find me at faya.co on Instagram, and faya.co is a website. If you have anything to say, just email me at radi@faya.co. This has been Spill the Sauce. Sauce has been spilled. Ladies and gentlemen, good whatever time you're listening to this.